Good morning. You're with Niki Seberini. Delighted to be with you, and even more delighted to actually have John Kehoe in the studio. We spoke to him a good few weeks ago. It may have been about 6 weeks ago. Then I went along and I listened to him in a very, very interesting talk at the Woodmead Country Club about his new book, Quantum Warrior, The Future of the Mind. And so we're very delighted that he's taken time out to actually join us in the Chaif studios. Of course, John Kehoe, a world-renowned motivational speaking, a best-selling author, leader in mind power, and here in the studio. So welcome, John.
Thank you. And I didn't even cross-dress for the event.
I know. You know, we do insist sometimes. So thank you. And incidentally, the lines are open, 0861 24 24 36. And you can also SMS us on 34519 if you have any questions for John Kehoe. And John, the last time we chatted, we said it was 3 decades ago. You secluded yourself for a great period of time. You came out with this whole concept of thoughts create your reality. A whole lot of people poo-pooed you. They thought that you had lost the plot along the way. You wrote your fantastic mind power books, and you just had tremendous success because it was almost as if there was an awakening. You reawakened something that perhaps people, thought maybe it did exist or knew it was there, and it was kind of like this great reawakening for you. And it's been an incredible journey, changing so many people's lives along the way. And of course, you're a living example of it, John. Do you feel pressurized to always be positive, to always visualize, are you under pressure?
I have no pressure whatsoever. Because I have no image of myself. I don't have to live up to anything. I can just have fun, I can be creative, I can be outrageous, so there's zero pressure on me whatsoever. But it's interesting, you mentioning back when I first put together the concept of mind power, is you're absolutely right. When my first book came out, Mind Power, which was later released as Mind Power into the 21st Century, it was 25 years ago this year, so it was a quarter century. And when it came out, it was so controversial. I mean, people could not believe that I would be so outrageous as to say that your thoughts create your reality. I mean, it was foreign to everyone. It was like I was someone from the moon or something. and of course now, fast forward 25 years later, it's common knowledge. Everyone says, well, of course. And so it kind of thrills me to realize here I am a quarter century later, where what I preached that seemed so outrageous was now common knowledge. And now I have a new book, Quantum Warrior, The Future of the Mind, and I have even more outrageous concepts, and it's as controversial now as my original book was 25 years ago. And what I'm saying in the new book is that our species is evolving into a super species where we will be able to do miracles, where we will be able to do feats that seem absolutely astounding, that we can transcend past and future, and it's getting just as much controversy as my original book did 25 years ago, and I'm loving it.
But of course, you're going to have your critics, you're going to have your naysayers, you're going to have all of those people who say, miracles, what are you talking about? But what is important is that you're bringing science into this. You're saying there's a lot of research that's being done, which is really as a great foundation for the book for you.
Yeah, well, what I've done in the new book is I've taken the most up-to-date scientific discoveries from all the different sciences, whether it be psychology, whether it be quantum physics, neuroscientists, neuroplasticity. Oh, there's a great word. Neuroplasticity. Oh, if you want to really impress somebody at a dinner party, just throw out, isn't it interesting what they're doing in neuroplasticity nowadays? And people will go, yeah, well, I guess so, or they'll just let it pass, and you'll sound very, very intelligent. And what neuroplasticity simply means is that the brain has the ability to rewire itself. And it can rewire itself with conscious intention. And that's what we are discovering. And this is new. This is brand new. So I've taken the most up-to-date scientific discoveries and I've combined them with the mystical teachings of the various religions. And the religions that I've the spirituality that I've chosen is Christianity, Buddhism, and of course the Jewish Kabbalah. And the Kabbalah is something that I have studied now for over 30 years, and I'm absolutely thrilled that I get to weave it into my new book because, of course, the Kabbalah is just filled with the potential of what we can do as human beings. So really, what science and mysticism are saying, they are saying the exact same thing. They are saying that we are all one, and that we are destined as a species to evolve into super beings. And this is written in the prophecies. This is what quantum physics is pointing to. So we have a very, very exciting future ahead of us. And I'm so happy to be presenting a vision that is positive, that is uplifting, because most of the visions out there are cataclysmic about how the world's going to end and how if pollution doesn't get us, global warming will, and if that doesn't get us, the nuclear bomb will get us, and if that doesn't get us, then there will be some strain of disease that wipes us out. And nobody has a positive vision out there. Well, somebody does. John Kehoe does. He has a very positive vision of what's going to happen.
So, John, how has it moved on from your first statement, your thoughts create your reality? Now, you've spoken about neuroplasticity, which is the rewiring of the brain. Is that not what the rewiring of the brain is all about? Your thoughts create your reality. Is that how we start with that rewiring process? Yeah,
we start with it, and my original Mind Power teaching was to help people have a very successful life, to get the promotion, to become financially independent, to heal yourself of an illness, to attract a meaningful relationship, these type of things. This is exactly what Mind Power is for, and it works very successfully for that. What the new book is about is not that we ignore these things. Yes, I want you to be successful. I want you to have all these things. But there's a greater vision too. And the greater vision is that we as a species are evolving. And that we can, through conscious intention, rewire our brains into becoming miraculous. And this is what the Bible teaches. The Bible is filled with the potential of man becoming into a super being. And so I've discovered the method of doing that. I mean, that sounds rather arrogant. I don't mean I've discovered it, but I've put together all the missing pieces from all the different sciences to weave together techniques and methods that allow us to evolve into super beings, so that not only do we have the successful career, not only do we have the good marriage, not only are we healthy and all those things, but we're also able to move into cosmic realms. We're also able to awaken our soul. We're also able to move into past and future in ways that we never would have dreamed of, and so it's very exciting. I'm thrilled.
And how do we do it, John? I mean, is it you talk about consciousness, you talk about energy, you bring a lot of quantum physics into it, because really what quantum physics says is that everything is moving. Everything is made up of energy, and everything is vibrating and moving.
Well, how you do it, and as in all my books, as in all my techniques, or all my teaching rather, they're very technique oriented. I'm not happy and satisfied just with to throw out a vision or a theory or a philosophy. I want people to be able to experience it themselves. And so there's many techniques that you use, and the first one is contemplation. where we begin to contemplate the quantum truths so that we can begin to actualize them in our life. Because as the book title says, Quantum Warrior, the Future of the Mind, is that what I'm presenting is where we are evolving. Does the mind have a future? Yes, it does have a future. And evolution is moving in consciousness as in everywhere else. And so the vision I've presented is that of the quantum warrior, where we become quantum warriors. And what a quantum warrior is a man or woman who is prepared to live the quantum truths. And one of the quantum truths is we are all one, that we live in the energy web of reality, that everything is energy and everything exists for us as a possibility. So we begin to really think about this. We begin to imprint this into our subconscious because, of course, we have two minds. We have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And as we imprint these truths into our mind and we begin to truly realize that this is the truth of our reality, actually nothing is impossible to us, then we start living them.
You describe, when I came to the board meet, you talk about life can be a game of Monopoly, or you can get involved in the cosmic playing of life.
Yeah, well, there's in the mythology of the quantum warrior, and when I say mythology, I don't mean something that's untrue as a myth. I'm talking that each of us creates what I call a model of reality, or a set of beliefs and assumptions by which we live our lives. And all of us do that, whether we're aware of it or not. And so in the vision of the quantum warrior, we divide all aspects of our life into one of two games, either the Monopoly game or the cosmic game. And the Monopoly game is the game of accumulation. It is the game of being successful. It is the game of having jobs and making money and raising families and having relationships and having an interesting, fun, successful life. That's all the Monopoly game. And Monopoly is a wonderful game. It's an extraordinary game. And when it's going well, it's filled with adventure and excitement. And when it's going poorly or it turns against us, it's numbing, it's terrifying. But these two are all parts of the game. And so the Monopoly game is the game of having a successful life. But there's a second game in life. And the second game, if you're lucky or fortunate enough to discover it, is what I call the cosmic game. And the cosmic game is about awakening. The cosmic game is about becoming our full potential. And the way that we do this as quantum warriors is that we harness and awaken our mind, our subconscious mind, our body, and our soul. And that we have all four parts integrated, awakening, and functioning with one another. And I have mythic titles for all of these four parts. So what I've done is I've weaved a very, very elaborate, succinct system whereby an individual can empower their life in an extraordinary way by following this system.
You talk about the four parts: mind, body, subconscious, and soul, harnessing the power of all four of those aspects, of those parts of us. When you do that, is that when you're able to weave the web? You talk about weaving this energy web. And what does that mean?
Yeah. You don't have to harness all four parts to weave the web. You weave the web with your conscious mind. And in fact, one of the mythic titles of the conscious mind is Weaver of the Patterns. And the patterns are the patterns of energy, the patterns of thoughts, the beliefs that we hold, our expectations, our fears, our hopes, our desires, all are patterns of energy. And the conscious mind is the weaver of these patterns of energy. And when we refer to weaving the web, we're talking about the energy web of all reality. that everything exists as energy.
So we are sitting in this.
We are sitting
in this web of energy.
Exactly.
We are a part of it.
We're
we
part
are
of
in it.
We're in it.
It's all around
It's
us.
all around us. We're a part of it. We're in it. We cannot separate ourselves from it. And equally, if not more important, it cannot separate itself from us. We are completely 100% intertwined with that. And to know that is to realize that you can interact with it effortlessly. That every time that you set an intention, every time that you have a very clear image of what it is that you want to happen to you, this is what we call weaving the web. And my original mind power is weaving the web, although I didn't call it that. Visualizations are weaving the web. Affirmations are weaving the web. We weave the web with our every thought. Everything you do weaves the web. So we are constantly weaving the web. The difference is that we want to become conscious of it. We don't want to be weaving the web unconsciously. We want to really become conscious of what we're doing and to realize how much power we have. And at that point, then we'll be much more effective with it.
And that's why people are using this term, living consciously.
Yeah.
That's the living consciously. We're going to take a break. This is all absolutely fascinating. And after the break, John, I really would like to look at this quantum time, this past, present, and future. Stay with us.